Just after midnight she bought dog food at Walmart, then vanished into darkness. What followed was one of the most haunting murders in Texas history. If you haven't already, hit subscribe to Noir Crime 88, we bring a brand new true crime story every second day. In the early hours of September 6, 2009, in Cedar Park, Texas, 21-year-old Jessika Kalaher left a bar with friends, made a quick stop to buy food for her dog, and then, inexplicably, walked into a nightmare. Within hours, she was found naked, strangled, and nearly frozen in the parking lot of a pizza store parking lot. What looked like a random late-night stop instead became the centerpiece of a chilling homicide investigation. This isn't a story of robbery gone wrong. This is a story of manipulation, of surveillance footage pointing to a stranger in her life, of forensic evidence that screamed violence, and of a killer caught on tape but only truly caught years later in the court of law. Tonight, we delve into Jessika's life, the horrifying crime, the marathon investigation, the courtroom showdown, and the lingering shockwave afterward. Jessika Kalaher was a bright young woman, smart, vivacious, caring. She had worked hard to support herself. Friends said she had a soft spot for animals, hence the dog food run. The day before her death, Jessika spent time relaxing with friends, swimming, playing pool, and enjoying a night out. According to court records, her car, a white Kia, became part of the unfolding tragedy. She wasn't wealthy, but she was independent. She had plans, friends, a future. And on that night, she made a decision that seemed harmless, driving home alone after a social evening. Little did she know how vulnerable that would make her. Cedar Park lies just northwest of Austin. It's suburban, quiet, seemingly safe. The car was later found in a pizza store parking lot around 2:53 a.m. with its lights off. Inside, Jessika was found barely conscious or near death, naked except for a cover-up around her midsection. The driver's seat was pushed far back, suggesting she couldn't have been the driver at that moment. There were ligature marks on her neck, signs of strangulation, signs of a violent assault. One of the most chilling elements, near the front of the vehicle, feces were found on her legs and inside the car, an indication of extreme physical trauma and potential loss of control under duress. Medical examiners testified that Jessika had suffered strangulation by hand and by ligature. Petechiae, tiny hemorrhages, were visible around her eyes and neck, classic signs that pressure had been applied to her airway. The ligature mark was consistent with the tie string from her cover-up, a horrifying link between a simple piece of clothing and lethal force. There were bruises on her right hand, left upper arm, and inside her left elbow, suggesting she attempted to defend herself. But the aggressor overpowered her. The setting, an isolated parking lot, early morning hours, her car alone, created the perfect cover for the violence that followed. Crispin Harmel, a local man, entered the picture. Alterations to his truck after the fact, inconsistent statements, and surveillance that placed him entering Jessika's car, all of these formed a mountain of circumstantial evidence. He claimed he and Jessika met via a sex website and that she invited him into her car, but investigators found no record he ever used the site she was purportedly on. His story shifted, changed. When confronted about the condition of Jessika's car and her seat pushed back, he replied, "I don't even want to think about it, it's gross." Investigators noted that such knowledge implied he'd seen the car after the assault. From the moment CCTV footage caught Jessika buying dog food and leaving the parking lot, investigators pieced together her final movements. Then they found the Kia in the pizza store lot. Jessika's condition told them something horrific had occurred hours earlier. A detailed forensic investigation ensued. Police tracked down Harmel's truck. Alterations had been made, the chrome tailgate decoration removed, spray paint added, side molding missing. It matched witness descriptions of the vehicle seen at the scene. Investigators found no drugs in Jessika's system that would explain her bizarre behavior in the parking lot. She had appeared disoriented. The autopsy painted a brutal picture, a ligature around her neck, strangulation, brain injuries from oxygen deprivation. She was alive when her attacker left. Harmel's electronic devices were examined. No record of contact between him and Jessika prior to the night, despite his claims. Investigators found inconsistencies in his timeline, no credible explanation for how he got in her car or why. The piece that cracked the case. Surveillance footage, witness accounts, forensic ties, and Harmel's behavior. When the video of Jessika's final movements was shown, when the changes to his truck and his evasive statements were revealed, the prosecutor had the narrative. Harmel followed her, forced her car, assaulted and killed her in the rental, left her car in the parking lot and attempted to cover his trail. On May 22, 2018, a jury found Harmel guilty of capital murder, intentionally killing Jessika while committing or attempting to commit kidnapping, robbery, or aggravated sexual assault. The punishment, life in prison without the possibility of parole. The conviction closed one chapter, but the impact spread much further. A young woman's life cut short. A killer held accountable. And a community shaken. The appellate court later affirmed the conviction, rejecting arguments that the evidence was insufficient, or that the jury instructions were flawed. Harmel remains in prison, serving his sentence. But the case resonates beyond the courtroom. It highlighted how unplanned meetings, solitary decisions, late-night drives, they can all carry risk. Jessika made a choice that seemed ordinary: stop for dog food, drive home. But it turned fatal. The loss was devastating. Friends remembered her laughter, her caring nature, her hope for the future. The betrayal was personal. Someone she didn't know boarded her car. Someone she trusted didn't exist. Family members raised awareness about vulnerabilities young women face, about the danger of strangers who seem friendly, about the risk of trust given too freely. Jessika's memory became a cautionary tale. Cedar Park and the wider Austin area were forced to confront the idea that danger doesn't always announce itself. A parking lot, a convenience run, a person sliding into your car, these are settings many don't fear. But Jessika's case turned innocence into tragedy. The case underlined the power of forensic detail, the value of surveillance, the need to challenge suspects' narratives. It also showed that capital murder prosecutions, complex and heavy, can succeed when the puzzle pieces fit: video, injury detail, motive, behavior. Law enforcement often cited it as a textbook case of investigation layering. Think about the silent moments. When Jessika pulled into that lot at 1:44 a.m., when she carried the dog food bag, when the man approached the driver's side of her car. The decisions seemed trivial, but they became fatal. Remember, horror doesn't always come with a mask. Sometimes it comes with kindness. No struggle outside the car. No shot fired. Merely a trusted figure entering a car with a woman who had to work the next morning. And for you, watching this story, there's a lesson: trust your instincts. Late night, alone, unknown person enters your space, something inside whispers, be careful. In Jessika's case, no whisper came. But for us, now hearing the story, there must be one. If this story of Jessika Kalaher moved you, please hit the like button, subscribe to Noir Crime 88, and ring the notification bell so you're first to see our next true crime deep dive. Share this video, because awareness can be averted danger, and someone, somewhere, might hear this and stay safe.